What's going on with you guys today? It's your boy, the lead relaxer, once again, Will Kotcher II, and back with the Will Kotcher YouTube Network series, The Sports Binge. So I just wanted to welcome everybody back to my channel. So it's been a few weeks since I was back. Last couple of videos I was talking about Anthony Davis and Marvin Lewis being fired from the Bengals. But now we have some more NFL news. I picked a good time to wake up because I woke up around 10 a.m., 10:20 Central Time. I don't know where y'all at in the country or in the world, but I woke up at that's what time I woke up, got out the bed. And I picked the perfect time to wake up because got some breaking news on the phone saying that Joe Flacco has been traded to the Denver Broncos. So obviously it's not for everybody who's been watching NFL. It's not too much of a surprise that he's going to be out of Baltimore. It was really just a foregone conclusion at this point. Despite his run early in his career, especially like the historic postseason run from 2012, when I think he had 11 touchdowns to only 0 interceptions. They did by far and away the greatest postseason run for a quarterback in the history of the game. Leading like historically dominant defensive franchise with his arm to the Super Bowl victory over the San Francisco 49ers in February 2013 to claim the franchise's second Super Bowl championship victory. Ever since then, really since a couple years after in 2014, it really got stale with the franchise and him and the franchise. Just the production just wasn't there after a while. Because just looking at the stats right now, obviously, as a rookie, he had 14-12 going to the AFC Championship game against the Steelers where they lost. Obviously not doesn't knock your socks off, but still very respectable considering his stage of his career as a first-year NFL player. Second year in 2009, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. This is where it really took the leap. 2010, 25 to 10 interceptions. So we're getting better and better. 2011, 20 touchdowns to only 12 picks. And in 2012 was just really started to emerge as a player. 22, even though he dropped to 22 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, did have at the time a career high 3,817 passing yards. And like I mentioned earlier, just his historic postseason run with 11 touchdowns and no picks, really carrying that franchise throughout that postseason run. And obviously, as you know, this the Mile High Miracle took place that was en route to his Super Bowl run with the Ravens. So he was really at that time. I remember like it was yesterday. Once the Ravens won the Super Bowl, obviously feeling good about the team, feeling good about the quarterback, the roster. And I remember Ron Jaworski from ESPN saying that Joe Flacco was officially an elite quarterback, and I remember everything. When he went on First Take with Skip and Stephen A. Smith, he was blasphemous, and rightfully so. Even though he had a historic and dominant run, I feel like he needed to do more as a player. And unfortunately for him in his career, it didn't really get too much better after that. After that, he only had after 2012, he only had 2 seasons where he threw more than 20 touchdowns. One of them was 2014. We had 27, which was a career high, and 20 in 2016, which he had a career high in passing yards, 4,317. But other than that, he hasn't been that impressive as a player. I know he has a few injuries here and there, but even when he played healthy, he went 8-8 in 2016, 9-7 in 2017. They missed from 2015 and 2017. They missed the playoffs back-to-back years, and then this is where you really saw the transition this past season, going to rookie Lamar Jackson, the 2016 Heisman Trophy winner for the University of Louisville. Obviously not as polished as a passer, NFL passer as Flacco, but obviously far more gifted, more talented with his running ability and his and they both have like talented arm strength from that regard. So anyway, Lamar Jackson, being that he's younger, more exciting to watch, he definitely has more promise. And it was good for the Ravens to really commit to him for the future because like I said earlier, I think just the Baltimore situation with Joe Flacco just ran still after several years. And I'm just glad everybody's going to get a fresh start involved. Joe Flacco's going to go out west to Denver. Joe Flacco's going to get the chance to redeem himself. Even though he's in his 30s now, he's going to get a start to really help Denver catapult his way back into postseason contention. So most likely that means he's probably going to be replacing Case Keenum, who's also in his 30s as well. As we remember, Case Keenum had that great run in Minnesota last season in 2017 with career high pretty much everywhere across the board in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and completion percentage. It was, a lot of people said it was just basically a magic carpet ride that he was riding off, Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, and of course, especially that defense when it really had played at a high level in 2017. They were just so stacked at every level of the defense. So a lot of people considered him to it was a magic carpet ride, even though he played well in that season. I think he had a lot of help involved. And so last year he played in Denver. Even though he had more passing yards in 2018 and 2017, about roughly 300 more passing yards, his touchdown numbers dipped a bit, and he threw more interceptions. So he went from 22-7 to 18-15. So and they went 6-10. Obviously, they were pretty competitive. Denver was really competitive last season. It just wasn't enough to get them over the hump, obviously, in the division with the Chiefs and, Raiders still around. And, of course, Chiefs and the Chargers, Raiders still competitive here and there. So they just Denver felt like they needed to make this move. One thing about John Elway, he's going to get whatever quarterback he needs necessary, by any means necessary. Just get over and move forward in a positive direction. Because, with Denver, they've built their franchise, they've built their rosters the last several years with the defense, but at least they had competent quarterback play to balance that out. And even though, Case Keenum, like I said, he did achieve career high in passing yards, but 6-10 record is not going to do it, especially for a franchise that just won the Super Bowl 3 years earlier and been to another Super Bowl about 5 years earlier. So it's, the expectation in my high is still high, no pun intended. But anyway, but just really, like I said earlier, it's not really a shock that Joe Flacco is being shopped around in the first place, then being shipped out west. So it's going to be a good opportunity for both franchises involved. So it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of the NFL offseason has in store, because we still have a month to go to the actual official new league year kicks off. So we're getting the bang quite early. So that's all I wanted to stop in and just chat with you guys real quick. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Be sure to like, love, comment, subscribe. And we're going to have some more videos coming soon. So later, guys. I appreciate you.